Hey there, what a season it's been for the Kansas City Chiefs so far, right? As we gear up for another exciting game against the Los Angeles Chargers, I can't help but marvel at how this team has maintained its dominance in the AFC. Leading the division is no small feat, and so much of that success has come from one area you might not always think of first: the defense. This year, the Chiefs' defense has been lights out. Ranked 8th in the league for yards allowed per game. That's impressive, especially considering the high-powered offenses we've faced. And one name that stands out as a key reason for this success? Chris Jones. You know Jones, our all-pro defensive tackle who's been anchoring the line and disrupting opponents like it's just another day at the office.
1-2 at the end of the game. The results have been good. It wasn't the way you maybe drew it up. How are you guys doing, mentally on end of game situations?
That's areas we can get better in. But a win is a win. We'll take it. But there's definitely room for improvement, offense and defense-wise. Also, special teams. We gave up a big run in special teams. So I think the building can agree and attest to that there's room for improvement, but we'll still take a win.
Chris, you were kind of joking after the game a little bit about being tired, and I'm sure everybody's tired this time of the year, but you play 83% of the snaps. That's the highest of your career. Is there kind of a balance that you want to be as far as you want to be on the field, but at the same time, maybe get a little more rest?
You know what? Joe does a heck of a job trying to watch the reps. In the first half, we was on a heck of a pace, and sometimes the game transitions to where I have to be out there more than we plan for it, and they're just part of it.
I feel like a lot of the late games maybe will play into that.
Yeah, especially with this schedule coming up, we're gonna still try to watch the reps, but if I'm needed to be out there, I don't have a problem being out.
How did it feel to have Charles out there?
It was fun. It was good to get him back. He worked his butt off to be back, and to have him back out there doing what he does best, rushing the passer. I think he played more than we actually planned for him to play, and he looked really, really good. So we're excited about that. We got to keep him going and continue to get better with that. He can bring a lot of versatility to our pass rush unit, so we always can do more sacks, man.
At this point, you know Justin Herbert pretty well. What are the challenges that go into defending him?
I mean, heck of a passer. Can make all the throws. Smart quarterback, big quarterback. Tough to get down. That's a very good team, well-coached team. We got to try to limit him to big passing plays and also stop the run. They've been running the ball really, really well, managing the game really, really well. So try to affect the run game and get after it.
This is not about your guys on offense at the left tackle position, but there's been a few moving in and out there, right? When you're facing an opponent who's maybe young, maybe lost a little confidence, whatever, what's it like for a defensive player to face someone who is maybe having a little bit of struggle there?
I think defensively wise, speaking from my perspective, if we found someone that is a good matchup for us, we try to take advantage of that in a sense, or whether it's run or pass or even blitzing, you know what I mean? Try to affect the guy in any type of way. So from my perspective, I try to get after it.
When you see, now the question about your guys, you've gone up against these guys in practice and stuff. Vaughn, you was having some struggles. He came out, and DJ's been out there now. What can you do from the defensive side to help them get better, maybe physically on that side or confidence-wise?
I think it's more so of a scout team thing. Challenge in practice early in the week, give him different looks or different pass rush moves to what he'll face in the game. More so try to mirror the opponent and work on it throughout the week. It's a short week. We don't really want to beat each other up, so this ain't training camp where we can go out there and attack full force, but more so just giving us good looks throughout the week within the scout team.
Chris, what's unique about this Chargers offensive line?
They play well together. They run the ball really, really well. They had a lot of moving pieces, whether it's the right guard. Earlier this season when we played them, the two tackles were out. They got their left tackle back, moved the right tackle to right guard, got their right tackle back. So it's been a lot of different faces, but they work really, really well together. And they've been protecting Justin Herbert really good this season.
Couple more.
Did you ever face DJ Humphries in college? Did you guys cross?
You know what? I'm not that old. No, I'm just playing with you. No, I didn't. We actually had this conversation yesterday. He thought I was part of his class. I had to tell him I'm like 2 years younger than you, buddy.
You guys never did?
No, I never had the pleasure of facing him. I kind of missed that year after I left. Well, before he left. Well, after he left, we played him.
What have you thought of him in the room, in the building, practice field, stuff like that? He seems like he's got a fun personality. He might get along well with you.
Yeah, man, I really don't have no problems with nobody. I get along with everybody. I have a mutual respect for his game. Even when he was in Arizona, I had a lot of respect for him, and I think he's going to be a great asset to this offensive unit that we have.
Last one, anyone? Chris, what's it like to have the defense out on the field, like at the very end of the game when the game's coming, down to the wire, and you guys need to stop? It seems like it's happened more times this season. Just what's that like as a defense when the game's on the line and you guys are out there?
It's a challenge and also a testament that we believe in ourselves. We prepare for these moments throughout the week, whether it's situational football, whether it's training camp, and we look forward to the challenge. This offense has carried this team for so damn long. That's about time they can take a break and let the defense play, man. Y'all have a beautiful day.
His presence on the field is nothing short of game-changing, and he's been a rock for this defense, year in and year out. Before we dive deeper into what makes Jones so special, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about the Chiefs' defense this season? Are you as impressed with their performance as I am? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell. It's a simple way to help us grow and reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Every bit of support from fans like you means the world to us. Alright, now that we've set the stage, let's get into the heart of this story, Chris Jones and the incredible impact he's having on this team. Stick around because it only gets better from here. Chris Jones, what more can we say about a guy who's practically the heartbeat of this defense? Watching him dominate on the field is like watching a masterclass in football. Whether it's stuffing the run, collapsing the pocket, or just being an unstoppable force in the trenches, Jones does it all. This season, his contributions have been nothing short of phenomenal. At 30 years old and in his 9th season, you'd think he might start slowing down, but it's the exact opposite. He's playing some of the best football of his career. The numbers back it up, but honestly, you don't even need stats to see his impact hits in every snap he plays. And speaking of snaps, Jones has been on the field a lot this year. We'll dive into the specifics in the next chapter, but for now, let's just appreciate what it takes for a player to perform at such a high level, game after game. It's not just talent, it's hard work, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. Here's a question for you. Do you think Chris Jones is the best defensive player the Chiefs have had in the last decade? Or maybe ever? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I'd love to know where you stand. And while you're there, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. Your support helps us bring you more deep dives like this one, and we're counting on you to help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Every click matters. Alright, now that we've talked about Jones' incredible talent, let's dig into what's been a major topic of conversation this season, his workload. How is he managing such a heavy snap count, and what does it mean for the team? Let's break it down. Alright, let's talk about what's been one of the biggest talking points for Chris Jones this season, his workload. Did you know that Jones has played an astonishing 83% of the Chiefs' defensive snaps so far? That's more than ever before in his career. For context, the highest snap percentage he'd ever had in a full season before this year was 80%. So yeah, he's definitely been out there grinding. On one hand, it's a testament to his endurance and commitment. At 30 years old, most players start to see their snap counts managed more conservatively. But not Jones. He's taking on this challenge like the leader he is. It shows just how indispensable he is to this defense. Every snap he's on the field, he's either creating pressure, drawing double teams, or opening up opportunities for his teammates. But here's the thing, playing at that intensity for so many snaps comes with its risks. Fatigue, injuries, and wear and tear are all real concerns, especially as we head into the latter part of the season. That's why the coaching staff, led by defensive coordinator Steve Spongwallow, has been keeping a close eye on his play count. They're walking a fine line between maximizing his impact and preserving his health for the playoffs. What do you think? Should the Chiefs give Jones more rest during games, or should they keep him on the field as much as possible? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments, maybe even vote. More rest or more snaps? Also, if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enable the notification bell. We're building something special here at Total Chiefs, and with your help, we'll reach that 2,000 subscriber milestone in no time. Coming up next, we'll hear directly from Spongwalo and Jones. Themselves, they've both shared their perspectives on managing this heavy workload, and their insights will give us a deeper understanding of what's happening behind the scenes. Stay with me, it's about to get interesting. Chris Jones' heavy workload hasn't gone unnoticed, and defensive coordinator Steve Spongwalo addressed it head-on in a recent press conference. Spags is a guy who knows how to manage talent, and his perspective on this issue gives us a glimpse into how the Chiefs are strategizing for the long haul. When asked about Jones' high snap count, Spongwalo acknowledged the concern, saying, "It's a really good point. We would have to look at that. I know Joe Cullen takes Chris out early in the first half of games to keep him fresh. We'll have to keep our eye on that as we get down the stretch. It's clear the coaching staff is balancing a delicate equation. They want Jones on the field when it matters most, but they're also thinking about the bigger picture, like keeping him fresh for a deep playoff run. That's why Joe Cullen, the defensive line coach, has been carefully managing when to pull Jones out for quick breathers." Spags also praised Jones' professionalism, saying, "Chris takes care of his body and it does a good job. That's a big deal in a league where even a small lapse in conditioning can make or break a season." So, what's your take? Do you trust the Chiefs' approach to managing Jones' snaps? Or do you think they should change it up? Before it's too late, let's hear your thoughts in the comments. And hey, while you're there, remember to subscribe to Total Chiefs. Every new subscriber helps us grow and reach our goal of 2,000 fans. Together, we can make this the ultimate community for Chiefs Nation. Next up, we'll hear from the man himself, Chris Jones. His perspective on this workload issue is as grounded as his play on the field. Let's dive into what he had to say. If there's one thing you can say about Chris Jones, it's that he's as cool off the field as he is dominant on it. When asked about his increased workload, Jones' response was calm and collected, just like you'd expect from a leader of his caliber. "You know what? Joe Cullen does a heck of a job trying to watch the reps," Jones said in a recent interview. "Sometimes the game transitions to where I have to be out there more than we planned for. That's just part of it. That's classic Chris Jones. He's not complaining, not making excuses, just doing what it takes to help the team win. It's the kind of attitude that makes him not only an incredible player, but also a cornerstone of the Chiefs' defense." What really stands out is Jones' self-awareness. He knows his role, he understands the grind, and he's fully committed to the team's success. That's leadership right there. It's no wonder he's trusted to take on such a significant load. So here's a question for you. Do you see Chris Jones as the ultimate team player, or is there someone else in recent Chiefs history who embodies that same level of dedication? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're building a community here at Total Chiefs, and every new subscriber gets us closer to our goal of 2,000 fans. Hit that notification bell so you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, as we wrap things up, let's look ahead. How can the Chiefs manage Jones' workload while still keeping him effective? Let's talk about balancing greatness and longevity in the final chapter. As we head into the final stretch of the season, the Chiefs find themselves in a familiar position, fighting for the top spot in the AFC and aiming for another deep playoff run. But to get there, they'll need to balance one critical factor: keeping Chris Jones fresh and healthy without losing his incredible impact on the field. It's a tough challenge. Jones is the kind of player you want out there every snap, but as we've seen, even the best need a breather. The Chiefs coaching staff knows this, and they've been taking steps to ensure Jones stays at his best when it matters most, like in the postseason. Here's where you come in. If you were the coach, how would you manage Jones' workload? Would you scale back his snaps now to save him for the playoffs, or keep him in the mix to maintain momentum? Let's hear your strategies in the comments below. This season has been a roller coaster of emotions, but one thing's for sure, Chris Jones is at the heart of this team's success. His leadership, work ethic, and sheer dominance on the field are unmatched, and as fans, we're lucky to witness it. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to Total Chiefs and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us create more content for fans like you. Let's hit that 2,000 subscriber milestone together. It's all about Chiefs Nation. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments and cheer our Chiefs onto victory.